Hey guys, Major Kid here. And the last update absolutely destroyed all Cold War weapons in Warzone. So today we're going to talk about the most important part of today's update. But before we start, this channel is still on its way to 200 subscribers. So if you want to help us out, hit that sub button and turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. And now, let's get into the video. So with the last season update, Raven Software actually nerfed every single one of the Cold War weapons to the ground. This nerf came in the form of the Agency Suppressor. The actual nerf was that with the Season 2 update, Raven Software reverted the suppressors to their original state, pre-Season 1. Taking a look at the pre-patch description, it says that the Agency Suppressor would increase vertical recoil control and add sound suppression. And for the cons, it would hurt our effective damage range as well as our bullet velocity. I calculated that in most cases, this reduction in bullet velocity was upwards up to 40%. The bullet velocity hit was so great that it would be impossible to hit anything past 50 meters without having to lead the target and account for bullet drop. Even though the Cold War weapons were still viable at close range, anything passing a certain distance and the bullet would feel like it was not registering or like the game was lagging. If we take the DMR-14 as our baseline, which is still one of the most popular weapons to use in Warzone, pre-patch, the bullet drop on the DMR-14 with no attachments land just above the 4th mark. Taking a look at the DMR-14 from the same distance with max bullet velocity, and it hits just below the 2 mark. And if we add just the Agency Suppressor, the bullet lands between the 6th and the 8th mark. Now, if we slow this shot down to 25% speed, you can see that the maximum bullet velocity comes in at just under 256. Meanwhile, the DMR-14 with no attachments clocks in at 338. And if we add just the Agency Suppressor, it will take upwards to 513. Mind you, this is pre-patch, but putting them side by side is such a colossal difference that I recommend it for you to stop using Cold War weapons altogether and switch back to your favorite Modern Warfare weapons until this hotfix was released. However, when we take a look at the suppressors post-patch, not only have they been reverted to its pre-Season 2 stat, but also buffed, easily making it better than the monolithic suppressor in Warzone, as it now has an increase in effective damage range, an increase in bullet velocity, added vertical recoil control, and sound suppression. Meanwhile, increasing our aim down sight time and hurting our walking movement speeds. Taking a look at our bullet drop with the post-patch Agency Suppressor, and as you can see, the bullet is landing right on the 3rd mark. When we compare this side by side with the pre-patch, that bullet lands between the 6th and the 8th mark. As you can tell that with this update, the Agency Suppressors have seriously been buffed. But now let's slow it down and do a side-by-side comparison of the post-patch and the pre-patch suppressor. And the difference is just night and day. Post-patch, we are looking at 3 seconds flat. And pre-patch, the Agency Suppressor comes in at 513. But this is not the only thing that has changed. This huge buff also means that before this update, the only way to get a bullet velocity increase was by adding one of the barrels. But now we have the option of using a barrel and the suppressor. Taking a look at our new absolute max bullet velocity, post-patch, and the shot is hitting just above the 2nd mark. Meanwhile, pre-patch, it was just under. And if we slow it down and compare them side by side, we can tell that post-patch is taking 230, meanwhile pre-patch is coming in at 256. And even though the difference is slight, it is still a difference. So if you were wondering why from all of a sudden your weapons were not hitting as hard for the past week, well, now you know. And there you have it. As for my opinion, this update does not only bring back the Cold War weapons to a usable state, but it makes them stronger than ever. And because of the added recoil control to the Agency, GRU, and RAP suppressor, they are now in a better state than they were before. But now, it's time for me to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of this hotfix? Do you think it's too much of a buff? Or just enough? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload. As always, a like rating is always appreciated. Also, follow me over on Twitch. And well, that's all from me today. I'm Major Cade, and I thank you for watching.